Good morning, everybody, or good evening, wherever you're at in the world. Sending you much love on this beautiful, sunny, bright, blue sky day in Colorado, here in the United States. So grateful for having you all here and for the beautiful messages from Spirit. Feel the energy today. What a wonderful. It just feels like a bubble of love today. So I would like to start off before I say hello to everybody. Hello, hello. Uh, by sending out love to the world. And I've been doing this for the last couple of days, and I'm going to keep doing it until Spirit goes and takes us on to something else. But right now, we can send out such beautiful, unconditional love from our hearts. And for each one of us that does that, it counteracts 700,000 individuals who are currently in lower energy, love, fear, pain, sadness, and all the other emotions, the lower vibrational emotions. So, if you'll join me just for a moment and just focus on the beautiful unconditional love from above and allow it just to flow down into your heart and fill you up. And then let it just radiate out to the world. No purpose, no specific things. Just let it flow out. Let it do what it wants with the world. Let it bring peace or healing, whatever it needs to do to bring more unconditional love into this physical plane. Beautiful, peaceful love. And I send it to all of you who are watching this on playback, who are watching this live. Unconditional love knows no bounds of time or space or any boundaries. So it'll be waiting here for any time we watch this video. Beautiful. Thank you guys so much. I feel the love. So we clear the space. We open our minds to the higher realm. We open our ears to hear. We open our eyes to see. We open our throat and our voice to speak unconditional love to the world. All right. So excited for today. Let me go ahead and do the pop out of the chat here so I can see everything a little more clearly. All right. Hey, Jazz and Liliana. Welcome, welcome. Leah, Leo, Anjali, Sparks, Self Love, Deb, much love and light to you. Dollface Diva, Sankar, Mishra. Hey, Rishi and Preeti. Welcome, Vidi and Kita. Thank you guys so much for being here. I feel your energy. I feel your love. And we will see what Spirit wants us to know today. Let me just shrink this down so I don't have so much on here. There we go. Much better. I did want to let everyone know, of course, we have new weekly energy updates that just posted really, about 11 hours ago. It did at midnight our time here. So here's the playlist for that. You can still, after this session, I'm going to close out the October 16th weekly energy updates. And then I'm going to gather all the comments that were made on all 12 videos. And then I'll be pulling one name to win that 30-minute free personal recorded reading. And then, of course, any of the new ones that have the October 23rd weekly energy update in the title, that'll be for next week. So you can watch both and comment on both. But shortly after we end the session, I might need to go. I'll probably eat something and then start closing them out. And I'll post on the 10-16 ones that, drawing now closed on each one and pin it at the top so you'll know when it's actually closed. So good luck to everyone that commented. I had so many lovely, lovely comments. I love hearing how Spirit is bringing messages through and how they're touching your lives because they definitely want to talk to you. They're always talking to us and they'll look at any avenue to get through to us, right? I love it. All right. Beautiful, beautiful. All right. Well, that is all I have to say before we get started here. So we will start off with Jazz. You are very welcome for your reading last night. I'm glad it helped so much. And you'd like a general reading for today? Absolutely. I am drawn to the Native Spirit Oracle here. Hey, Angela. Good morning. I'm doing good. You ever wake up one of those days where you just feel like, you just feel like, I don't know, it's just, you just feel joy. You just feel contentment and you just can't help but kind of feel like you're grinning. It's that kind of morning. May it be with me all day long, right? How are you? Yeah, how is everyone today or this evening, wherever you're at in the world? Many blessings to you too. Hey, Shay, welcome, welcome. Oh, very good. So glad. All right, Jazz, let's see what they have for you today. All right. So you've got the medicine bag. And I moved my camera. I'm moving my camera around to try to get the best lighting. And I'm like, it's used to be over here. So if I go off over here, just be patient with me. But look at that beautiful card. I love it. Hey, Marie. Welcome, welcome. Pardon me. All right, here it is. So for you, Jazz, excuse me, it says, gather your resources, be discerning. Vast inner power is growing in your life. Excuse me. First thing in the morning, I evidently haven't talked enough today. I thought I like warmed up my voice, but it's like the pipes are clearing, so my apologies. And it says that this vast inner power is growing in your life, and step back and let it grow. There are times to shine brightly for all to see, and there are also times to choose carefully who sees your true self. Choose wisely. Do not make hasty decisions. If it doesn't feel right, hold back. You're protected from any less than positive outside influences. Your capacity and potential are growing in leaps and bounds. And your native spirit wants you to know it's traditional in indigenous cultures to carry a medicine bag or medicine bundle as a form of protection and also as a way to access your personal power through the sacred objects that are held there. The items in the medicine bag each contain potent qualities that allow one's abilities to magnify and also help one commune with the Creator. As your power grows, take time to protect it. Just as you protect a seedling in the early months, and then later, once it's an established tree, it can withstand the storms of time. Protect your growing power, and it will become as mighty as an ancient oak. Excuse me. And this card does come with a journey, and if it resonates, you can do this. It says, consider obtaining or creating your own medicine bag or bundle. Put objects in it that are meaningful to you and make you feel strong and vital whenever you look at them or hold them. Traditionally, one's medicine bag was not worn for display, but often hidden from view or kept in a sacred place. So I love that for you. Your growing power, create a little medicine bag. Someone gave me a cute little medicine bag that has a little tie, and you just put like I have like some crystals, a little piece of wood, just little things that meant something for me on my nature walks and different things. So I love that for you. Excuse me. All right. So that is what they have for you today, Jazz. I love that. Um, Honoring your power and creating something to ground it and really pay attention to that power like a little seedling as it grows and grows and grows. So I love it. All right, Liliana, you are up next, and you like a general love reading for what's left of this month. I know, right? We've only got like a little over a week left. I can't believe October's almost gone. This year's almost gone. So let's see what they have for you here. I do want to pull from the Magic of You Oracle, and let's see what they have for you there. And then Leah, you will be next, and Leo after that. All right. So for Liliana regarding love for the rest of, whoa, okay. Didn't even have to finish. They were like, boom. Wow, look at this card. Is that paradisical? You belong to paradise. Card number 24. And let's see what that brings in for you here. It says, trust your innate goodness and expect the best. That is what is attracted to you in this time of your being. It's time to relax and enjoy your own blossoming. Self-love is a popular term and always worth exploring deeply. Unconditional self-love is even more gratifying to explore. The girl of paradisical, I think it's paradisical, yeah, has she stopped fighting herself? The sweetly scented white petals framing her face are surrender flags. She finally just loves herself and accepts her innate goodness and beauty. Wow. Now it is your time to do the same. All life transforms around you into a paradise. Heaven truly is here on earth, in your arms, in your life. Yes, hug yourself and enjoy your bliss. Paradisical, I'm probably mispronouncing that, but you saw what it said. That can appear, this card can appear as a sign of upcoming improvements in comfort and life, reflecting ease and joy, and even freedom from pain. Positive gifts are assembling around you and will bring you great happiness. I like that for you, Liliana. So, finding that beautiful self love and that unconditional love from within is what they would like regarding love for the rest of this month. They're like, who cares about that, outside love right now? It's like, that'll unfold, right? But they're talking to you about your little white petal surrender flags and just surrender to that inner love and allow that beauty to fill your life. So perfect for you. All right. Many blessings to you. That's what they have for you for today. And then Leah, you are up next and you want to know what's coming toward. You are very welcome, Liliana. There it goes. What's coming towards you in D? And does he still have feelings for you? Well, let's take a look here. I'm going to pull from the Naked Heart Tarot and let's see what Spirit has. Leah will be next, and then Anjali, you'll be after that. Thank you guys already for giving a thumbs up on the video. I really appreciate that. It does help out the channel. So if you haven't done so already, we really appreciate you. While we're thinking about it, just give it a little click, and definitely appreciate it. All right, Leah. So what's coming towards you in D? Does he still have feelings for you? Okay, anything else? Wow. So they gave you 4 cards, and all 4 of them are major arcana, which does mean that this is a big impact for you, in your life. It's like the minor arcana are like different chapters in the same book, but this is like totally different book that it's taking you on. So, your first card here, there we go, is, the Mother, Earth Mother, which is the Empress card. And this means new birth, new things coming. It's all this newness, freedom too, because Mother Nature. When you get out of the city, away from all the rules and all the supposed tos and shoulds, there's this freedom that we have when we get out into to the wilderness. And so it's um I feel like with these other cards too, this is a new start. um I feel like they're saying, look forward, not backward. That what is meant for you is not, back there. So I feel like, you know, it's time for you to transform and to move in a different direction. Because, I mean, you've got the Empress with newness, and then you have the Judgment card, which is XX, which is double endings, double new beginnings. It's you realizing, transforming from something that was kind of black and white into something beautiful and colorful, allowing yourself to express. I mean, this is your higher self calling you to this higher love and deeper love too. Because the other 3 cards that are remaining here are also about a connection of something deeper within, in and up through your heart, not so much the outside world. Because you also have the Moon card, which is all about trusting the cycles of life and how they unfold. Look at that beautiful wolf in there. And it is, again, this the moon energy is like the high priestess, how she goes inward into her temple and goes behind the veil, connects higher into the unconscious, the subconscious, into the hidden. And she is on this search to understand herself and the world and what's going on in a very different way. And that's why the combination of all those 3 is like, yeah, it's time for new. It's time for in and up, not backward and outward, you know? Because you also have the Magician card. And the Magician card is a very divine masculine energy, and you can see the infinity symbol, which represents your higher self, and the magician has the wand that where the like Earth Mother or the divine feminine is about receiving. They're the chalice. They receive. But this divine masculine energy is about you being the one that puts action and you move forward. You don't wait around. You're ready to guide and take your life in this direction. So I really feel, Leah, that it's not about, again, going backward and outward, but inward and upward and forward instead. So that's what they have for you right now. And just know that, sometimes it doesn't feel so good to leave things behind and to move forward, but just know that people don't leave our lives, they're removed out of our lives for us so that we can continue any. If they were moved out of your life, then they were blocking your life. And what's coming forward for you is so much more in alignment with who you are and where you're headed. And when you look at it that way, that life happens for you, that it wasn't something happening to you, that power just really comes in there. But I really feel a wonderful new start, a wonderful new adventure that's going to allow you to feel so much stronger than you've ever felt before about you. And it's not related to outside actions. It's you're finding this power from within. So I love that for you. That's what they have for you right now. Many blessings, Leah. All right, Leo, you are up next, and you would like a general message from Spirit. And I am being attracted here to the Divine Guidance Oracle. Let's see what they have for you today. Then Anjali, you're up next, and then Sparks. Pardon me. It's getting clear. Less hacking up here. Sorry. All right, Leo, let's see. What does Spirit have for you today? Okay. A lot of energy in these cards today, I tell you. This is the one that came out for you, and this is card number 13. I call these the spiritual ink blot test. So look at this, and whatever you see, and anyone that's watching this, whatever you see, that's a message for you specifically from Spirit. I will read from the book as well for you, Leo, and let's take a look and see what is coming in here for you. And this is called Opening. And it says your intuition and psychic connection is open and flowing, allowing you to access higher realms of knowledge and understanding. Sometimes when we receive guidance or information from these realms, it can be a bit confusing or unclear. There's a lot of information moving through your subconscious that your conscious mind has to process. It does get easier in time. The more you use it, the stronger it becomes. Just remember, this open connection is how you are naturally meant to operate. And you are now in direct communication with other realities and your higher self. So, what a beautiful message from Spirit to let you know, yeah, you are, picking up this information. There's a lot that's coming through and it's filtering up into your conscious, but take some time alone away from all the noise. And the more you focus on unconditional love energy, joy and peace and laughter, those are the frequencies of the higher realms that even allows you to really tune in. It's like a radio, how you're like in the olden days when you had to do it manually. Now you can hit a button and it just skips and finds it. But you used to have to go, you'd have fiddle with it till you could get it right where it came in really clear. That's what getting rid of all the fear noise and lowering the fear and the chaos. Breathing deep allows us to come back to the moment, and then focusing on unconditional love, enjoying peace and laughter and all those, emotions that are related to the higher realms allows you to get on that frequency and see and hear things even more clearly. So I love that for you today, Leo. So it's like an invitation to connect deeply with Spirit today. So I love it. All right. And that's what they have for you today. Many blessings to you, Leo. And then Anjali, you are up, and then Sparks, and then self-love will be after that. So Anjali, you'd like a message from your ancestors and angels. And I'm being drawn. I think we pulled from the Queen of the Moon Oracle for you yesterday, but that's where they want to go back today too. So we'll do that. See what they have going on here. Hey, Marie, welcome, welcome. Ankita, hello. Hey, Chaitra. Welcome, welcome. All right. So, Anjali, what would your angel and ancestors or angel ancestors, what would they like you to know? All right. Darn them anyway. Patience. Ugh. How dare they? What a beautiful card, though. Look at that opening up into a whole new world. Card number 36. Let's see what message they have. So they're saying enjoy the journey, not just the destination. The time has come to learn patience and avoid the lure of instant gratification. I know. Slow down. Take your time. Things are happening. You just can't see it yet. Be loving and patient with your body. And a little affirmation for this is I take my time to enjoy the journey. And it says patience is a kind of faith in foreseeing. We might see the seed, but we foresee the flower. We might see the books on the table, but we foresee the degree at the end if we read them. If we think physically, we might feel the pain of a hard workout, but foresee and have faith in the muscle and fitness levels we will build. Patience is a way of experiencing the process of fruition. For some of us, we choose what is quick and easy. We may choose activities we know we'll be good at. These require no big process, no great challenge over time, and so no great achievement, even if we are good at them. More difficult is a kind of patience in mastery where the skills of learning take time to accrue, and this is where the beauty of patience is born. When we truly realize the power of patience, we understand the power of gaining something incredibly deep and embedded rather than the quick hit of instant gratification. There is great power in going slow. There is also the lifelong benefit of the power of trusting that you can hold a focus for a time for something big. For some of us, learning a physical skill enables us to fall in love with our bodies again, seeing it change and try over and over. We recognize its magnificence in all its weirdness, its wonkiness, its strength, weakness, and inherent wisdom. We get to feel the process and the miracle. And if our body doesn't quite get it and we run out of patience, well, nasty self talk is the last thing I would throw at it. After all, my body is not my enemy. Instead, I throw compassion and trust at it. The compassion that it is doing its best right now, and the trust that it will get me to where I want to go, even if that is eventually. I've learned to be patient. The green corn moon encourages us to watch for growth and enjoy patiently the journey of growth. While we may not yet be at fruition, we are on the way. I love it. And the companion stone for that journey is the stone jade. So if you have any jade, you can have that around you. If you have jewelry, wear it, or if you have that color, just wear a lot of it right now, and that does help you with this beautiful reminder of this beautiful message from your ancestors and angels. So many blessings to you, Anjali. I love that message for you, even though I know it's patience. I love how they presented it. All right. Hey, Faugia, welcome, welcome. Denise, welcome. Late Leanne, welcome, welcome. Thank you guys so much for being here. And Psycho Broken Soul. Interesting, unique handle there. I like it. All right. So, Sparks, you'll be next. Let me just take another sip here. All right. So, Sparks, you'll be next, and then Self Love, and then Dollface Steva. So, Sparks, oh, do you need to worry about your older brother? Is there any risk of them finding you? Let's take a look here, see what they have. All right, so tell us about Sparks in this situation. Okay, what else? So I do see the Three of Wands here, which Wands is about your energy. And I feel like that the more you worry about it, that's the more you're investing energy in that direction. So I feel like they're wanting you to remove that energy. Yeah. So instead of fearing, that, you'll be disappointed with the expectations and that they will find you or any of that. They're saying this is what you're fearing, but replace this three of swords with this three of power, of energy, and focus on what you do want in your life, what you want to come into your life, not focus on what you don't want in your life or what you're fearing or lacking or, what you, like you said, you don't want in your life. Because wherever we focus our energy is what grows. And that's what I feel like, you're changing it from focusing over here to take your ace of wands, and you're having this new focus. So you're changing the direction of what you're focusing on, and then it brings you positive things in your outside world. It brings you new opportunities in the outside. So I really feel like they're saying the more you worry about it, the more you're like having this ping. It's like I'm worried that my brother will find me. You're telling the universe, have my brother find me, have my brother find me. And don't let that scare you and go, oh my God, no, no, no. It's like, you know what? Thank you for protecting me. Thank you for, that I have this in my life and this in my life, and this is where I'm headed, and this is where I want to go. And then that will change the energies, and that will transform what's going on in your life. So they're basically saying, should you worry? No, unless you want whatever you're worrying about to be drawn to you, because that's what we do. That's how powerful we are. So with that three of wands, they're saying just change your energy where you're investing it, and then there's less and less risk of them finding you because you're not drawing them to you. You're not investing energy in it. You're instead focusing on your energy and what you do want to have in your life. So I love that message for you, Sparks. So that's what they have for you. Hopefully that brings you clarity and you can go, oh, okay, that's right. And when you're in a calm place, if you look at what am I fearing, if you're fearing physical harm, if you're, feeling, you know, any type of danger or something, if it makes you feel comfortable, contact the police, do a restraining order, whatever you feel you need to do to protect yourself. If that's the kind of risk that you are having, where you're like, I have this danger, you can do this action, do the what can protect you there, and then let it go, and then focus your energy on other things in your life because you've done what you can do, right? So that's what they have for you, Sparks. All right, self love, you are up next, and then Dollface Diva, and then Sankar, you'll be after that. So let's take a look here. So self love, you want ancestors' advice and blessings for you. Okay, let's take a look there. Actually, I'm being drawn to this native spirit oracle for you, and we'll see what that they would like you to know. For self-love, what would you like them to know, please? Okay. And you've got the Spirit Keeper of the West. Beautiful card there. There it goes. Looks like fall here. Excuse me. And let's take a look. So this is all about transformation, letting go of the old, initiation, illumination, harvest. Gather your inner resources. If it doesn't feel right, don't go ahead. Trust your heart. Chaos brings positive change. Almost all change comes out of turmoil. Don't be concerned if there's confusion in your life. It will all work out. And your native spirit wants you to know in the medicine wheel, the West is the direction that symbolizes the fiery setting sun, autumn, the waning moon, and the time of harvest, and the tumultuous years of teenagers in the human cycle. Out of the chaos arises illumination and transformation. So, in order for the new to ignite in your life, it's necessary to let go of the old, sweep away the debris. The spirit keeper of the West reminds us to slow down our rapid growth and harvest what we have attained. In the autumn, leaves are burned to make way for new growth. Release the dross in your life to make way for new growth. And the journey of this card, if it resonates, says, stand facing the west and the setting sun. Imagine that all limitations and blockages in your life are flowing from your heart and into the sun. And then as the sun sets, it carries with it your cares and concerns to be transformed by its purifying energy. Wow. Beautiful, beautiful message there. I love that for you. So that is what they have for you right now, self-love. Out of turmoil comes the newness, comes the fruit, comes the benefit. And I love that ritual, standing, looking at the setting sun and allowing all that stuff just to go there. Now, dross, if you're not familiar with that, like when gold is purified, they turn up the heat on gold and the impurities float to the top. And then they scoop it off, and then they turn up the fire more, and more impurities go to the top, and they scoop it off. They turn up the heat more, and so they keep purifying it. And that dross is just those things that are no longer needed inside of that gold for what they're wanting the gold to become. So I love that. And they have this great practice in the Japanese culture that when something's broken, like a vase or um, teapots or cups or anything, they repair it with gold, and it actually makes it, excuse me, actually makes it even more stronger than it was before it was broken. So I love that message intertwined in that as well. So that's what they have for you, self love. Much blessings for you today. All right, Dollface Diva, let's take a look here. And so you want to know if the space from Eric is going to be a good thing for your connection. Well, let's take a look here. We'll go to the good tarot here and see what they would like for that. And then Sankar, you'll be next, and then Mishra after that. Thank you guys so much for your patience as I do make my way down the list. And if you're new to my channel, you just have to be subscribed in order to be in the chat room. And when you all you have to do is, if you want a reading, is to put your question. And if you don't want your business out there, you can just ask for a general reading. Spirit will know. But I do go in order down there. So if you're looking, going, where am I at? You can kind of see as I announce who I'm on and where we're headed to next. So many blessings to you guys. All right. So let's take a look here. Is the space from Eric going to be a good thing? Okay. Well, okay. Anything else? I feel like they want that one too. Excuse me. So you do have the Page of Air, which the Page of Air would be the Page of Swords in the Standard Tarot. And that does mean new thoughts, new ways of looking at things, a lot of clarity of mind coming in, clarity of what you want in life. So the space from Eric is really going to be good for you because you're really determining what it is you want in your life, it is that you don't want in your life. And so it gives you that, because you also have the Two of Air, which is about making decisions. And like, you're at a fork in a road where Spirit is saying that, with what you're deciding to do, get out of the mind and trust your heart and your gut and your intuition, because you also have the Queen of Cups that came in here. And the Queen of Water, the Queen of Cups, not only does she rule over water, but she has all the queens get a second dose of water. So she's double dose water, which is much like the High Priestess, where you're very in tune and you can get in tune with your emotions and your gut and your instinct. And so they're saying, close your eyes to truly see with what decisions that you want to make for yourself going forward. And this space from Eric allows you to get into this calm place. It's like you going, like the high priestess does, into her temple. And she goes behind the scenes, she goes behind the veil into the subconscious. And she goes, this queen goes into the deep waters of her emotions to understand things. It gets very quiet and still. Even though there's a storm going on the surface, when she dives deep within, you can't even feel the storm, the impact, and then that quietness and that stillness that happens deep within the ocean. She's able to hear things and see things and really connect. Because you also have this they call it the temptation card here, but this would be the shadow or the devil card in the standard tarot, which is very much Saturn, Capricorn type of energy. And what that brings into our life is this shaking and this rattling of our thoughts and beliefs, which all that air that you're having there makes total sense. You're really having your life and these beliefs just shaken so you can see what beliefs and thoughts have been caging you, making you feel bound and restricted, um, and it's happening for you so that you can see it. Because the example that spirit's been giving lately with that is, like, you're in this cage and you think the door is closed behind you and locked, but it's not. It's actually even a little bit ajar. It's not locked, and there's a gap, but you don't recognize it until your cage gets rattled and then the door goes creak and opens up and you're like, wait a minute, I don't have to be trapped in all this stuff. And so this is what you're going through. So I really feel like this is so good for you. It may not be for your connection, because I feel like with the space um, that you're being given, that you realize, wait a minute, maybe this isn't what I want. And I'm choosing something for me rather than what I think I'm supposed to or should or need to or have to or must. So I feel like you are finding really, really clear, clarity in different things in your life about your thoughts and your beliefs and your mindsets. And so this is going to be a good thing for you. May not be so good for Eric because you might realize, you know what? I don't want that. So thanks for the space. I want a lot of space now, because you're going to make choices from your space, from your, intuition and yourself, rather than all these old expectations that you were told are supposed to be and should be. So it's a positive thing for you, Dollface Diva. So I like it for you. All right. That is what they have. So many blessings for you. And we are moving on next to Sankar and then Mishra and then Rishi. You will be after that. So, Sankar, you want to know current feelings of HJ for you. We are going to go to the Naked Heart Tarot. And let's see what they have going on. All right. So, tell us about HJ. Okay. For Sankar. Okay. Anything else? So let's see what we got going on here. So we've got an interesting combination here. You've got the Nine of Swords coming in, which this represents that they have a lot on their minds. So, sword are thoughts, beliefs, mindsets, attitudes, expectations. This is almost like they're having nightmares or insomnia. They have so much on their minds that they are, you know, uh, just so off in this place of their thoughts and their beliefs. And it's all about their, this 10 here is the Wheel of Fortune, which is the circling of fates, meaning they're either concerned about their wealth and their well-being and everything going on in their life, or the wheel has turned, but it turned in something, this ending, because the 10, the Wheel of Fortune is endings and new beginnings, that they've had something super change in their life, something that's impacting them, that's making them invest all their mental activity in all that kind of stuff, and where they're what they're wanting to do. And so they got all this stuff, and they're really stuck in their mind, and they just don't know what they want to do with their life. Either it's like their job is changing, something, their family's changing. It's like they're just, their world, it feels like all the wheels are turning, and they're like, oh my god, and they're just so distracted and so consumed with that, with what am I going to do, what am I going to do, what am I going to do, is what I feel. So I kind of feel like when they talk about their current feelings for you, that they have feelings on hold because they've got so much going on in their mind that they kind of have turned off the spigots for emotions as far as relationships, because they have so much emotion that's involved in what's happening in their life. They're almost like in fight or flight mode, where they're just like trying to survive and trying to feel safe and in control again. For you, Spirit is saying, here you are in your hermit's journey. You have a number 9, where they have a number 9 for their thoughts and all this. You have an overall number 9 for your entire life, which is you being to yourself right now, with you having this internal journey that you're going through, turning to your higher self, which is the star, to guide you on your inner path. Because in addition to that, the hermit, the turtle, there is movement on your inner path. Regardless of what's going on with HJ, it's like they're going through all of that, and they're like, you can't help with that. So turn inward. And while you're in this period of time, looking here, because you also have the movement of pentacles and the movement of wands, which is kind of, two knights, because there would be the Knight of Wands and the Knight of Pentacles in the standard tarot. And this is uh, the movement of Pentacles is the slowest moving knight, and the Knight of Wands is the fastest moving knight. And it's like you have this, I kind of feel like you have different areas in your life that are moving fast, and then you have other areas that are moving slow. And just enjoy this inner journey of what's happening slowly on the outside world, but you have a lot of stuff happening on your inner self with your energy and the changing of your passion and drive and ambitions. And just, be patient with the outside world. It takes time for it to catch up with what's going on inside of you. But I feel like they're pointing you, they're like, HJ's off on their own mind trip, and they're saying, you can't do anything, so don't invest your energy there. Invest your energy in here while that gets all figured out. But just trust in here. Outside world has its season. It's going to take time for those things out there to happen. So focus on what you can um, control, which is your own emotions and your own adventure on the inside. Connect to your higher self. Allow this energy to move you forward in your path. I always say, when you're in a waiting room of relationship or life or whatever, while we're waiting for things to unfold, the pause is happening for a reason, and it's for us to look at our self-love. Because the more we work on our self-love, it's like you're in this waiting room that has freshly painted paint on the walls, And if you just sit there and don't do anything, it takes longer for the paint to dry. But if you have this movement with all those nights too, you have all this movement that's happening. When you have a fan going, paint dries faster. So the more inner work we do and the more action we put on our inner work, the faster that the world starts speeding up again, because the world gets paused for us to work on our insides to prepare us for what's coming next. And if we don't do that, then it just takes longer for it to get there. So that's what Spirit has for you today, Sankar. So many blessings to you. Then we'll move on to Mishra next. And then after that will be Rishi. And then Preeti, you'll be next after that. All right. And if you guys haven't checked out a link I just saw earlier in the chat, I had put out the link to the new weekly energy updates that were just put out this morning. So you still have time to comment on last week's that'll have like October 16th in the title. After this one, after I probably eat, then I'm going to close down last week's to pull a drawing, and I'll announce tomorrow who the winner is of that 30-minute free personal reading. And you can start watching and commenting on this week's that came out for next week's drawing. So that link is up in the chat if you scroll up. All right. So, Mishra, you want to know, is Arjun Gupta thinking of reconciling with you? Well, let's take a look here. We are going to go to the Good Tarot and see what they have to say there. All right. So let's see here. Arjun, what's going on with them regarding Mishra? Okay. Excuse me. The pipes are getting clearer and clearer, which is great. So we have the 5 of air, which would be the 5 of swords in the standard tarot. And then also the messenger of air in the standard tarot, which would be the knight of swords. So these are all about the mind, right? But the 5 of air is about conflict, and the messenger of air, the knight, is about movement of thought and belief and mindsets and expectations. And I feel like they are, going through this conflicting, like, my expectations are right. There's this battling of what they feel that they want for themselves, who they're supposed to be, who they think other people are supposed to be, what a relationship is supposed to be, what the world is supposed to be, all this mental activity. But there is the Hermit card here. And the Hermit card is about the inner alone journey. So with these, I would say that they are not thinking of reconciling. They are looking forward and evaluating their life. They're on a very much an inner journey, and that Hermit card also means that that it's not this bringing together, but this aloneness, this separateness. So I would say that Spirit is saying that they are not looking at that, but that it is this time for both of you to be alone and to look at what your expectations of yourself and your world are too. It's a time to look at those things, because when we have these thoughts and these beliefs about who we are supposed to be, relationship with others, and we do what we always did, we always end up getting what we always got. And I feel like this is a time of Spirit is telling you to look inward and really understand, not all the supposed tos and the shoulds and the need tos and the have tos and the musts that have been given to you since you were a child. It's time for you to really look and go, I understand what everyone's opinion is, but what is it that I really want? And it's a time for you to stand on your own to understand what it is that you want to do. And then you get to take that direction, and you get to make those adjustments in your life and in your choices as you go forward. So, I like what they've been saying lately, which is when people leave our lives, they're not leaving us, they're being moved out of our lives for a reason. And usually it means that they were a block for us in moving forward into our next adventure where we're headed to. So it moves from feeling like something happened to us and trusting that things happen for us. Obstacles get moved, people get moved, things get moved into our life too. And if there's something in the place where something's getting moved to, it's blocking it. So they're like, okay, we got to move this so that this can move in. And that is what is happening right now because I don't feel like there's this reconciliation because they were meant to be moved out of your life so that you can move on to this next step of this adventure. So I feel it's good for you. I know it doesn't feel good in the beginning because, we're taught that one of those mindsets that when people, step out of our lives, that it's about me and it means something about me. And it's like, oh, it does mean something about you. Means spirit is like, yep, you're done with that. I'm ready to bring something more in alignment with your next stage of your journey. So you can take it personally that way, but try not to take it personally the other way. Just go, okay, thank you for serving your purpose for now. And then now I'm ready for what is coming next. So that's what they have for you. Many blessings for you, Mishra. All right. Rishi, you are up next, and then Preeti, and then Vidi. You'll be after that. We got Rishi, Preeti, and Vidi. I love it. All the E's. All right. So, Rishi, glad you're here as well. And you'd like a career reading. Excellent. So, let's go to the Radiant Rider Waite for that. Let's see what they have for you. All right. What else? Anything else? All right. Wow. Okay. Well, it's looking pretty good here for you, Rishi. First card out, King of Pentacles. King of Pentacles would be like one of the most abundant cards about the outside world. It can be like an entrepreneur who really understands their world and understands what it takes to have this wholeness and this completeness and success in the outside world. So, you also have the Six of Pentacles, which you can see here means that you really have this wonderful balance. You have enough for yourself and enough that you're able to help others too. So, whatever career that you are headed off onto here, you really are, it's going to be successful. It's like when you are living your authentic self, like you're going and doing what you authentically want to do, then this blessing comes, this abundance comes with it. And I don't feel like it's like, well, this is a good paying job and this is what I should do because it's what's expected and blah, 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 blah. This is about how do I want to share my talent with the world and do that because that's what's going to be there. And I say that because you also have the magician. So this is your higher self. This is you raising your magic wand to the heavens. You're bringing down your talents, your gifts, your unconditional love. You bring it in into you and you're sharing it and bringing it to the world. And it shows that you have everything you need within you to make your dreams come true. It's not about what you have available to you in the outside world and well, I didn't have those chances like other people. I don't have that education. I don't have that funding. Blah, 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 blah. Excuses. You don't need any of that. You have it all inside here. And because of that, you're able to make your dreams come true. You're able to bring that power into the world. And I say that because you also have the Queen of Wands. So again, magic wand, right? And the Queen of Wands, she's fire. And whether we're male or female or how we identify, we all have this power available to us. And this is showing that you are able to harness your power and bring it out, because the Queen of Wands is someone that walks into a room and lights it up. People go, "Oh, look, so and so's here." Whereas other people walk into the room and people don't notice, but you walk in and it's like this brightness comes into the room, and you're able to really fine tune and focus, this wand energy here, into your world and make things happen. That's what she's known for. She gets progress, she gets movement. She super focuses and not doesn't have her energy out like into all this other stuff in the world. It just really comes in. You're able to super focus and make movement and do that. And you also have the black cat here. So the queen, in addition to ruling over fire, she also, all the queens are given a portion of water, and that allows you to have connection with your emotion and your intuition and your gut. And that's what really helps out, because when you have decisions to be made, you just have this knowing that happens within. And that is your connection to the eye in the sky, to that beautiful posse of support you have in the spiritual realm. And it allows you to, like, if you are at a fork in a road, or you hit a wall and you either have to go left or right, you just dial up and say, "Hey guys, so which way should I go?" And you're like, "Oh, to the right." And you're like, "Oh," you go to the right. You're confident in your instincts and you follow them. And other people are like, "How can you just make a decision like that?" And you're like, "I just know it. I just know." They're like, "Well, you didn't research it, you didn't do this, you didn't this." A lot of it, it's like you don't. You have like this instinct and you do your research and you're like, "Yep, like I thought, I'm going to take a right." And you're developing that and you're really having this clear picture. So with your career, I say follow your heart, follow your passion, not the supposed to's and the shoulds and what everyone's telling you what your career should be. You know what your career should be. You know what makes your heart sing, and that's what they're saying to do, because that is where your abundance lies. So I love that for you. So that's what they have for you today. Many blessings to you, Rishi. All right, Preeti, you are next. I am doing well. I'm going to take another sip of coffee here, get the caffeine going. I feel healthy and wealthy. And you want to know, what blessings does God grant you before the end of 2022? All right, let's take a look here and we'll see what they have. And then VD, you're next. And then on Kita Kandu, you'll be after that. Thank you guys again so much for being here. All those likes that you've given already on the video, I really, really appreciate that. If you haven't clicked that yet, I really would appreciate you considering doing so. It helps out my channel, and it's the perfect price, which is free. It just takes a little click and that's it. So while we're thinking about it, now's a good time. All right. So let's take a look here and see what blessings that they would like you to know about here. I do want to go to the good tarot for you. Let's see what we got going on. All right. So let's see here. What blessings before the end of this year? Okay. What else for PT? All right. So you've got the messenger of air, and the messenger is the king of swords. For you, this means new communication that's going to be coming in by the end of the year. Let's see what about here. Okay. So you got the four of water, the four of cups. This is emotional stability. So I feel like where before you might be feeling disappointed in the emotion department of the outside world, and how it just, whatever you've gotten has just left you still wanting and feeling empty. I feel like there's this love that's bubbling up from within throughout the rest of this year, that you really find this connection. And it's usually they have like three cups sitting out, some leaning up against a tree, and they're just kind of like, this is it. And then the Ace of Cups is being offered to you from off from the side, but that's coming from the divine. So there's this joy, this emotion, this connection of unconditional love that's going to be coming here within the remainder of this year. Yeah. So you got the Sun card, which is like one of the most um, abundant and joyous and victorious full cards. If not the, it's at least in the top five. So definitely this blessing that's coming that just really fills up your heart. Yeah, because you have the Three of Swords here. The Three of Swords is normally the disappointment card. It's normally like the feeling of heartbreak and that type of energy. And that's all being overshadowed. It's like I feel like your heartbreak, your disappointments are falling away. You're either getting to the root of them and seeing what was impacting you and how you are wanting to release that and let that go. And then other things I feel are coming in that are just overshadowing it. I mean, that sun would overshadow anything because it's so bright. I mean, even in the reflection here, it's like you can't even hardly see it so bright. And then you're able to see all the beauty, all the wonderful things and blessings that are happening in your life that you just have this huge amount of gratitude that's unfolding as well. So I really feel that you are going to have a blessed rest of this year, and that the Three of Cups, which would be the disappointment or the lack of pleasure in the outside world and any of the pain, that with that Three of Swords, both of those popping up, in relation to each other, that you have this release, you have this uh, beautiful event or events that come into your life that just, when you look back at 2022, you're going to be like, oh, this is what happened in my life. And you're going to remember these events. They're going to overshadow everything else that this year that was disappointing. So I love it for you, Preeti. So many blessings to you. That's what they have for you today. All right, VD, you are next. And then Ankita. And then Shay, you will be next after that. All right. So, VD, you would like to know this message that your grandfather has for you. Absolutely. Let's take a look here. I kind of feel like we want to go with Divine Guidance Oracle. So let's take a look and see what they have. All right. So let's take a look here. What would your grandfather like you to know today, VD? So you have card number 14 here. I do call these the spiritual inkblot test. So whatever you see in this is a special message for you. And then I'll also read from the book. So let's see here. And if 14 means anything to you, that's also a confirmation. Yeah. I did feel like that he's very proud of you. It says gratitude is what this card is for. It says gratitude is a very powerful energy which can open both the heart and the mind to all the wondrous blessings that we are given. Take time each and every day to offer your deepest heartfelt gratitude for all that you have and are given. Make a conscious effort to look for all the good that is flowing into your life. Send your love to all those you cherish and love. Your acknowledgement of the divine flow that supports and provides for you opens your energy in a powerful way. You will become your own bright light, even in the darkest of times. I love it. So, one, they're saying that you are very blessed and you are being watched over. They are definitely watching over you. but they're allowing you to see this powerful energy that you have, that if you focus on what you're grateful for and the gratitude for what you have in your life, that expands and it expands and gives you even more in your life to be grateful for. Where if we focus on what we're feel we're lacking in our life or what we don't want in our lives, we're feeding that. And so they're really bringing you this powerful message about where your power is and how you can use that to bring even more gratitude in your life. I kind of feel like you do that, and that's their message of saying, I'm proud of you that you use your energy in this way and that it is powerful. And so it's very much an affirming message to you of their love, that they're watching out for you, and that you could even expand this even more. One of the things I love to do is I started off once to do a 30-day gratitude journal. And every day I wrote something that I was grateful for and vowed not to repeat anything over 30 days. And after when I got to the end, I'm like, oh my God, I don't want to stop. It was such a life-changing and the energy that came in and it transforms your life that I continue to do it for 5 months and without repeating anything. And that's how blessed that we are. And the more we focus on that, the more blessings that come in even more. So I love that message for you from your grandfather, Vidi. Many blessings to you. You are loved. All right. And Kita, sorry, you are up next. And then Shay. And then after that, let's see. Actually, it goes a little farther down. I think it's going to be Chai after that. All right, Marie. Marie, you'll be next after that. Marie Williams. All right. So let's take a look here. You want to know, will Rocky Saha come back in Sabam Kundu's life with permanent reunion and marriage commitment? Also, will her parents accept him? Also, when? Okay. So let's take a look here and to see what they want us to know around this situation. All right. What can we know about Rocky and Sabam's relationship here? Anything else? I guess so. Okay. Let's see what we got going on here. So the first card that comes up here is the Spirit of Pentacles, which is the King of Pentacles. And so this is about abundance, wholeness, and everything going in the outside world. The Moon card is also here, which is about cycles, which is about things unfolding in its proper timing. You know, everything happens. The moon has its new moon to full moon, every 27, 28 days. But the moon also brings in this mystery, this unknown type of energy around it too. I feel like there's this uncertainty about their future, his future, because there's also this Two of Swords, which is about decision making. That they're in this fork in the road, and they're going back and forth between their thoughts and then their emotions, and it kind of seems to be like there's this going back and forth and this decision that's being made, with that. I feel, with these two cards being in the end position here, the Eight of Cups is about leaving behind emotions that no longer serve, and that there's this energy that comes in very fast and furious. So, whatever is about to happen is going to be coming in very fast and very fast movement. You can see the gazelle. I mean, they're very fast animals. The Eight of Cups, though, with leaving behind emotions that are no longer serving, I just feel like that this is a movement, this is a change in the outside world. And I don't, with all this other mystery and they're uncertain of their financial future and their wholeness in the outside world, with that uncertainty, I just feel like it's not. They don't have enough where they're making a decision. They're standing there at that fork, and I feel like they're not uh, having enough oomph either in their mind or emotions where they're wanting to move forward on anything. So they're just standing there. And so with this Eight of Cups, with leaving behind emotions that no longer serve, it feels like they are focused on other wishes, because the Nine of Cups after the Eight of Cups is the wish fulfillment card. It's the emotional fulfillment card. And I kind of feel like, that it's this they're leaving behind, and you're going to see this change. And I'm getting this inkling here that it doesn't move into the reunion. It doesn't move into the commitment, because I feel a lack of commitment. I feel leaving behind emotions and moving on to something else, and that it's going to suddenly get, you know, the movement's going to happen, but I feel like the movement's going to happen away from it. It's like the calling off of it, and it's just like, no, it's not what is meant for, which means that, you know um, everyone gets to move more onto what is really their wish fulfillment, even though, it might be like, oh, this is what I want, and it's like, no, if it's what we would want, and if it's what's for our highest experience, it would happen, right? And so if it doesn't happen, which I don't feel it's going to, I feel like it's going to be this movement away from it. um, it does open the door for what is truly a wish fulfillment for everyone involved. um, just so no, like I talked about earlier, when someone leaves our life, they're not leaving us, they're being moved out of our life because they're a block for the next thing that is meant to happen in their life. So, and I do feel like it's going to be this movement, and suddenly going to be, it's like it's been waiting and waiting, and suddenly a decision will be made, it'll be fast, and then it's over, and then everyone's able to move forward in a direction that's more in alignment with their future than what it would have been. So that's what they have for you. I know it's probably not the message we wanted, but they always give us the message that is perfect for us for today. So that's what they have for you, Ankita. Many blessings to you. All right. So let's keep looking down here. Sorry, it skipped ahead really fast. Okay, there we go. So Shay, you are up next. Want to know what's coming towards D and S. So let's take a look here. I do want to go to the Radiant Rider Waite for that. Let's take another sip here. Let's see what we got going on. Then Angela, you will be up next. And Marie, you have a birthday reading, a birthday weekend coming up. Woo-hoo! Happy birthday early. All right. So Shay, what's coming towards D and S? Okay, let's see what we got here. All right. Well, we do have an ending that's coming up here. It's an ending of a major cycle and the beginning of something new. So that is where we start. And we do have the Queen of Wands. So there is this energy of taking their energy and moving forward and really trusting the gut and trusting the intuition that of where they're headed. But I feel like someone is taking their uh, power back. And we'll see what else we have here. And I don't feel like it's together because we do have the Hermit card here, which is about an inner separate journey, connecting to the higher self, helping them on their path. So, whatever this major ending and new beginning is, it's turning them inward. It's really having them grasp their power. And it's this significant change because you've got two major arcana so far and a royal. And so it's not just a little, oh, I bought new shoes. It's like life changing ending of a cycle and a new beginning. Let's see what else we got here. Yeah, it does bring stability in their outer world, as well as really turns them to be looking inward and upward for their worth and their wholeness. It's this instability of whatever happened in the outside world rattles their cage and has them really looking inward, going, these things in the outside world are unstable and they're not I can't depend on them, relationships, job, education, body, money, possession. It's like these things just are so fickle and unstable, and it's turning them inward on this journey that they have there. Yeah, because they're ending up another major arcana, which is about seeing things from a higher perspective. They're going into this cocoon stage to really look at their what's going on with them and this transformation, this change that happens, and they're seeing things fall away. It's like a caterpillar when it becomes caterpillar juice in a cocoon. Their things are falling away from them. They're letting things fall away because they don't want to do things the way they did it before. Because caterpillars, they crawl along the ground, they eat and they eat and they eat, and then they create the cocoon, and then they juicify, then they transform into this butterfly, and they struggle to get out of the cocoon to build up their muscle to be able to fly. And caterpillars can't cross streams. They can't make long distances fast or go very far very fast. But a butterfly can flutter over streams above the air and go great distances in comparison. So there is this freedom that comes with them. And any final message? Okay. Yeah. And Eight of Pentacles shows that they've done their work. They've done what they've needed in the outside world, and they're upgrading and having a movement to a new level, new things in the outside world. So whatever is coming through them, and this hopefully resonates and makes sense because it is this, I feel like it's not together, it's separate. They're on the separate journey, and they're both going into cocoons. They're both transforming. They're both moving up. And so this is this unfolding, but I feel like because it's a hermit's journey, that it is not together at this time, at least. So that's what they have coming toward them, which I know it sounds like, oh, hell, but it's for them. It's designed for them. It was requested by them, by their souls before they came down here. So it is unfolding perfectly for them. Whatever's happening isn't to them, it's for them. It's for their journey. So you can have some release in that. It's like, okay, this will be, get your popcorn, get ready, because here it comes, and you get to watch it unfold and go, oh, this is what they were talking about. I get it. So that's what they have for you, Shay. So hang in there. Many blessings to you. All right, Angela Holbert. Let's take a look here. Let me just take another drink. All right. So, what are Jay's feelings towards you? Let's take a look and see what they'd like you to know. And then, Marie, we'll give you your general reading for your birthday weekend. And then, Chaithra, you will be next after that. All right. So, let's take a look here. What are Jay's feelings towards you, Angela? All right. So, these two cards together are where the feelings are happening between. And I know it doesn't look probably like what you wanted it to look like, because this is the death card. This is ending and new beginning. And like these are the emotions that were existing with Jay towards you, but they're just, it's ending. It's not fulfilling in this situation here, but it's all right. I know it's like, it doesn't sound all right, but this Ace of Cups is about new love, new emotion that's coming into your life that is going to feel more fulfilling to you than your feelings towards Jay. You got the Two of Pentacles here, which is all about the balancing and the cycles of things unfolding in the outside world, the ebb and flow that is going on there. And it just feels like that Four of Cups, does feel very unfulfilling, and this is like you're sitting there going, well, this is what's supposed to fulfill me here, but it's not. It's this, I don't say boredom, it's just kind of feels like you're waiting around for a waiter to come and fill up your cup, and it's been hours. What, did they go on break? Did they go home? Where are they? What's going on? There's no movement, there's no activity in it. And you have the Emperor that comes in here. It's the Sky Father in this deck, but it's the Emperor, which is about you taking control, not you waiting for someone to, come to you. The Queens, the divine feminine energy is to wait as a chalice, wait for that cup to be filled. It's like, hello, any day now. It's like, no, this is the Emperor. This is the divine masculine energy in you, for you to move forward, for you to go and grasp after what you want in your life, instead of waiting around for someone to step up to the plate. And it's like you said, where do they go? What's going on? And I love that the final card that they gave you is a special card for this deck, which is the Naked Heart. And this is about you stepping into your power, you coming into your heart. In fact, I want to read what they have in here, because they say it so wonderfully. It says, I radiate at a pure vibrational level, calling in all that I need at this time to stay in alignment with my path. The universe is highlighting my gifts and asking me to trust myself and my intuition. And as I listen to what my heart needs, my natural essence comes forth to be nurtured, and I innately connect with my calling and my purpose. Comparing myself to others does not serve me and will only knock me out of my flow. I was given the exact proportion of amazing, otherwise, I would not exist. My path may not always feel easy, but it will feel right. And when I shine bright, I am the spark to someone else's light, and I inspire others. And this beautiful moth up here, this lunar, it's a Luna moth. It whispers and says, you are brave and beautiful. Fly out of the darkness and into your light. And Aqua Aura Quartz is a crystal recommendation with all of that. But That's very empowering, Angela. You know, that you got that card. It's a very unique card to only this deck, and it came out here for you, which is so fitting with that Emperor and about you choosing your bright path and not dimming yourself and darkening yourself, waiting on someone else to step up. And you're like, you know what? It is what it is. I'm focusing and I'm going to make happen what I need for my own path and for where I want to head and what I want to do. And it's very empowering. I love it for you, Angela. Boom. That is what they have for you. So many blessings to you. All right. On to the birthday girl, Marie. And so you wanted a general reading, but think you also wanted to know about your birth mom. Yeah. So you're missing your birth mom. She left when you were 8 years old. So let's take a look here. We'll do a general reading and see what comes in here for you. So just know that when people leave their human physical body, that they are by their loved ones, every single one of their loved ones, all at the same time. They don't have to share. They can be with you 100% of the time, the rest of your life. And so they have been around you since the moment they left their body, and they have never left. They've been with you every second, seen all of your life unfold. And we'll see what that spirit wants you to know, and if anything comes through from her as well. Okay. All right, let's see what we got going on here. So you got several cards here. So we're going to start off with this one here. And it's the temptation card. It's normally like the devil card or the shadow card in the standard tarot. And I know, like, what a card to start off with, right? Which this is like the, you know, the beginning of the story that, like in a movie starts with the explosion and what's going on. And it's like, oh my gosh. But then the rest of the story unfolds here. So be patient with that card coming in. But it is about things in your life being shaken for you. That it's Saturn energy, it's Capricorn energy, which is about we have this work that comes. It comes in and challenges our beliefs about ourselves or the world or whatever is being challenged in our life at the moment, and it just shakes things up so that we begin to question, why do I believe this, and is it true? And so it I see it sometimes as like if you've ever saw Austin Powers, the movie series, and Dr. Evil was the villain, and he would always capture Austin Powers, who was the international man of mystery, the British spy who came back to, try to stop Dr. Evil from his plot each movie to take over the world in some way, somehow. And Austin Powers would always get caught. And then while he was caught, Dr. Evil, he'd always, talk about his because he'd inquire and go, well, so what are you going to do? And he's like, this is what I'm going to do, and da-da-da. And people are like, why you keep telling him your plot of how you're going to do it? Because he always escapes and stops you. Stop telling him. But he doesn't. And then Austin Powers always escapes and then foils the plot, and that's what our shadow does. But our shadow does it knowingly. It goes, hey, this is what's keeping you feeling trapped and restricted and feeling small in your life. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. It wants you to escape from it and stop it. Excuse me. So that is kind of what's been happening in your life. So this is what is unfolding. You have the 8 of Cups first. which the Eight of Cups is about leaving behind the emotions that no longer serve you. And uh, the Eight of Cups, they walk away and they actually head off into the Nine of Cups, which is wish fulfillment. And you also have the Ace of Water. There we go. Beautiful card there, which is all about new emotion, higher emotion. It's also the Chalice, which is the Holy Grail, and it's full of the unconditional love of above. And so you become this vessel where this love, these blessings just pour into your life, fill you up and overflow because you are consciously becoming aware of these emotions that have kept you feeling small, that they serve their purpose because you wanted to experience that. We all do. We come here to experience all these emotions that are rooted in the fear of losing a conditional love. When we're done riding those rides and feeling those feels, we're ready for the big kahuna of love that's going to fill us up and overflow. And you also have the high priestess here. And the high priestess is a beautiful, beautiful card. First of all, if you can really see that, there it goes. Which she goes into her temple, connects to up above, goes into the unconscious, goes into behind the veil to really understand their emotions, what's going on, the whys. But it's this beautiful connection that they have with the upper world, which allows them to connect to that unconditional love from the higher realms that is eternal and unconditional. Nothing we can do to lose it, nothing we have to do to gain it. It's all ours 100% just because of who we are. And so you do have this beautiful unfolding, this beautiful connection with the higher realms that's kicking in, which brings you into this wonderful stability in your outside world because you're realizing that the three cups, I'm sorry, the three pentacles of the outside world are unstable. You know, relationships, people change or they pass away, situations like education, career, job, social status, situations we can get into, they always change. And then, of course, things, our bodies, our bank accounts, our possessions break down, blow up, catch on fire, deteriorate, are stolen. And so you realize with all that outside stuff that it was all pointing you back inward and upward, and that your foundation starts to become that Ace of Cups, that unconditional love that you find from within and upward instead of outward and backward or forward. Because in this moment, you can be here now with that beautiful love. We're pulled into the past, you know, the Eight of Cups, those emotions were pulled into the past to feel small, or we pulled into the fear of the future, or that you can be happy when, but it's like bringing you to now where you can be happy in this moment for no reason at all, except that you are unconditionally loved by this whole posse of spiritual beings. And it allows you to come into a beautiful place in your life, right? Um, because you do have the patience and the temperance card here, which I know patience, wow, it's like a cuss word, but it's a beautiful card because it also they usually have like they have like these cups that they're pouring back and forth, and it's this connection. It's almost like the star card. It's this connection balancing the upper world with the lower world. It's not just feeling like you're stuck in this human side of the world. And I mean, you have the sun card, which is like the most glorious, abundant, uh, just joyful card, at least in the top 5. A lot of people say it's the one. When you get it, it just means like the light shining onto every area of your life, and you just feel this warmth, this wholeness. It's also Leo energy, which is about getting in tune with our inner child. And again, with that Eight of Cups, looking back at those charged emotions that never got to be expressed, and that, um, you know, no human child ever has the perfect parent. You know, there's no human child that had an unconditionally loving parent that had unconditional acceptance and unconditional love and gave you unconditional attention? No one. But we get to become that for our inner child. We get to become the one that picks them up and holds them and loves them, allows them to express whatever emotion they had suppressed when they were younger because they didn't know what to do with it, or they felt guilty about how they would feel it and what they would do. And you don't try to explain away like why you shouldn't feel that way or why you do. You just let them. They just express it, and you just sit there and give them the space to express it and to feel it and to be it. And then you just give them that unconditional attention as much time as they need. You just hold them and hug them, and you bond and you integrate. And I love that because ultimately you come in here with your two of fire, which shows you this power that wherever you focus this amazing, powerful energy that you have and you hold, that it grows. And so if you focus on what you're grateful for, what you do want in your life, it expands. And if you focus on what you feel is lacking in your life and you feel you don't want in your life, then that feeling of lack expands. That feeling of, or those things in your life you don't want, you're feeding them. And so it's getting bigger and inviting more of them in. And so you're like, okay, I'm going to rule my energy. I'm going to rule where I'm investing my energy and where I want it to go. And this is the new power of your next rotation around the sun for your next year, Marie. You're taking your power and you're investing it what you want to do with it. And you're going to see this is going to be the best year yet. I feel it. So that is what they have for you. Know that you are so loved from the other side by so many individuals and so many beings of unconditional love and light. You are never, ever, ever alone. So many blessings to you, Marie, and happy birthday. All right, Chaitra, you are next, and you wanted a love reading. And then Catherine, 1111, you'll be next after that. And then Anjali, you'll be after that. Let me just take another drink here. All right. So let's take a look here. We will use the Naked Heart Tarot here and see what they'd like you to know around love. And thank you guys so much for all the thumbs up you've given me on the video so far. Appreciate that very much. It does help out the channel. So if you haven't done so already, now is a perfect time while we're thinking about it just to click that little like button. And then you're done. Thank you so much. All right. Let's take a look here. What about love for Chaitra, please? All right. So you've got the Two of Swords that's coming in here, which is a good card about how you're making decisions and what you're doing as you're going forward. And, you know, one of the swords is about the mind, and that's based on all our thoughts and our beliefs and our mindsets and our attitudes and our expectations and that type of thing, right? Well, the other one is pointed at the moon, and this is about trust in your gut and trust in your heart, trusting that intuition that's deep inside. And so they're saying, close your eyes and see. And that is how you can make your decisions as you're moving forward. You also have the innocence of swords. And the innocence of swords is the page of swords in the standard tarot, the kitty cat. And this is about new expectations, new ways of looking at relationships. So it's like this upgrade. You're questioning, that Ace of Swords allows you to really connect to a higher um, way of looking at things, seeing things from a higher perspective, from a place of those that are rooted in unconditional love. And it allows you to cut away a lot of thoughts and beliefs and expectations about what should a relationship be? Who should I be in a relationship? Who should they be in a relationship? Because if you have all these expectations about a relationship and it's this tight, you're missing out on all these other opportunities and adventures out here because there's not a lot going on in here, right? And so as you chop away more of your expectations around relationships and how things are supposed to be and should be and need to be and have to be and must, suddenly, the stuff flows in, which is boom, the 10 of cups. Emotional fulfillment. You're filling up from within and flowing out love into the world. And so this would be like ultimate, usually there shows two people together in a rainbow and children and dogs and cats and abundance and fruitful garden. It's like basically emotional fulfillment. So I feel like what they're telling you, like during this time, with whatever's going on in the emotional area of your life, that it's a great opportunity to reflect on what of my own um, thoughts and beliefs and mindsets about myself and relationships in the world and other people. What is that restricting in my life? And what can I release and let go of and go, why does that have to be that way? Is that really going to bring me love? Is that really going to make a relationship? Or is that just some story, some opinion that was given to me younger in life, through family, friends, TV, romantic books, whatever we were all inundated with growing up about this is what a relationship is supposed to be. And it's like so full of expectations that it just clutters the heart and the mind, but it's freeing, the more we question those and, you know, chop those away. So that's what I feel they have for you today regarding love today, Chaither. So many blessings to you. All right, let's keep going down the list here. We've got Catherine 1111. You want to know, how can you protect your energy from your mom who's potentially acting up as an energy vampire? Also, you're under dark night of the soul phase. So it's already quite intense. Oh my goodness. Yeah. So you are going through a wonderful part of your journey. You are ready to release a lot. And I love that for you. I do want to pull from the Divine Guidance Oracle first. Then I think I'm going to pull a few tarot as well. And Anjali, you will be next. And then Leanne, looks like you said add you. And I'll see if you actually had a specific question. If not, we'll do a general reading for you. And then looks like Denise Deschel. You have a question there. And then Fauzia Asa. All right. So that's as far as I'll read down here. Let's get on with readings. So, Catherine, let's talk about your dark night of the soul and this energy vampire, what they want you to know. Wow, beautiful card. Call these the spiritual ink blot test. So when you look at this, what you see brings a special message. And then I'll read for her intuition here. For me, this looks like a bright sun coming your way, like the sun card. So there's this, the dark night of the soul comes a bright morning, right? This is about expansion. Go figure, right? It says the expansion card is about your connection to large groups of people, whether it is to offer yourself in service through community events, volunteer work, workshops, or healing groups, speaking, or publishing your writing. It's about sharing your gifts and talents in a way that serves many on a more public scale. In doing so, your energy reaches far and wide, having a meaningful and powerful effect on all those whose lives you touch. Now is the time to really put yourself out there. So take a deep breath, trust the process, and open wide. So I like that for you. I feel like what you're going through now is what you're going to be able to share. So journal a lot, write down what you're learning, the things that you're facing, and the things that are unfolding for you, because I feel like that is going to be such an important thing. It's like you're a tour guide through the dark night of the soul that you can help people and like capture what things help you get through it, right? You know, when things seem so extreme and um, so dark, what were you doing? What have you done to keep the light burning, right? Even if it's a little candle, it's like a little lighter. You're like, I just need to get through this moment. You know, what are you doing to help that? And we're going to pull some Radiant Rider Waite Tarot, which makes sense now. Radiant. And let's take a look here, see what else they want you to know, Catherine, about this regarding your mom and the overall energies of this dark night. Okay. Anything else? Okay. Let's see what we got here. Yeah. So they've got the Seven of Swords that's coming in here, which swords are your thoughts, your beliefs, your mindsets, your attitudes, your expectations. I love that, like, it's through this dark night of the soul, you're learning to let expectations go because you're not holding seven swords, you've already let two go. But there's still some that you're looking at, which are your thoughts and your beliefs and your mindsets that are stealing your joy, right? That are stealing your light. And that's what the Dark Night of the Soul does. It's like the devil card. It just shakes our world and shakes our cage so that we can see truths that set us free in the end. And I feel like with this feeling like your mom's an energy vampire, it's a belief that other people can steal our power, that other people can take stuff from us. That's such a human thing that we're all taught, is that other people can curse us, or that they are taking this energy and making me feel this way. But I feel like spirit is saying you're really stepping into your power, and you're understanding that people can't steal our power, but my thoughts about people can, because I'm giving away my power. I'm the one that's doing that. And that when whatever action someone does, if it's triggering something inside me, it's triggering something inside me. It's not happening out there. My feelings and my thoughts are happening inside this thing, and then inside this thing. And so you're really understanding through this dark night of the soul phase, and with this, your mom's being a perfect mirror, that she's like expressing this stuff. And I'll give you an example, because um in the Byron Katie, if you've ever heard of her, wonderful, sweet, amazing soul, she has a website. It's called The Work, just THEWORK.com, which she has this judge your neighbor worksheet, which works so well on this reflection thing. Because I used to have this thing of, my mom would share with me things that she was going through in her life, and I'd be like, oh my God, she's being such a victim. Why does she have to be that way to me? Because when she does that, it just makes me, I don't know what I'm supposed to do, and da 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 da. And as I did this judge your neighbor worksheet, and I said, when my mom shares this way, it makes me feel this way. So when my mom acts like a victim, it makes me feel this way, and da 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 da. One of the things that this wonderful worksheet does is you do a turnaround, and it says, when I act like a victim, and is that more true? And it was like whoopsh, whoopsh, right between the eyes. And I'm like, oh my God. So when I feel like I'm seeing victims out in the outside world, I realize, oh, that's a mirror coming back to me, showing me how I'm feeling like a victim. And I'm like, yeah, because I'm like, what am I supposed to do with that? Look at what they're putting me in. And so there's this big, huge freedom and transformation that comes with that. And I know in the beginning, it feels like a slap to the face a little bit, going, so these emotions are about me? And they're like, yeah, but it's okay. It's part of the process. Don't Everyone goes through it. Don't, judge yourself. I'm like, okay. So all these thoughts and stuff, these are about me and in here. And they're like, you got it. Exactly. And in the beginning, it feels very like, I don't like this. But eventually You feel the empowerment of it. You feel this brightness and everything, which is what comes for you next. Because you recognize your power. You have the King of Pentacles here. You're realizing the power that you hold over your outside world and that you're not at the whim of everyone else and their actions. You get to choose what anything means. You get to choose what emotion you want to feel as you go through it. So you rule over your outside world. And then you feel this beautiful balancing that comes in. You have enough that's happening inside you that it overflows out to the world, and you're able to give to others like that expansion says. You find your wholeness and your worth from within, and then you're able to help other people recognize their worth from within and take that back. Because you do, your other two cards are the hope card. Here's the that, beautiful bright burst here, Aquarian energy, which is all about sharing this beautiful love and the water bear, they're sharing this with the world, pouring it out into the emotions, into the spiritual realm, and onto the physical world, into the mental world. And you help people transform this energy that starts off feeling very fearful and very conflicting, where these people, at first when you see this, you're like, oh my god, these people are trying to hurt one another, and then you realize these are all brothers and sisters who are just helping each other improve their skills and grow their skills. And so this energy that happens as you're going through this, you realize what starts out as conflict turns out to be acts of love to help each other grow and to expand. So I love this for you, Catherine, because it is life changing. If you're able to keep your mind open and your heart open, that the outside world and what's going on is huge mirrors showing you what you want to see about yourself until you see it. And then you're like, oh, thank you, all my teachers. I had 5 longish relationships, anywhere between 1 and 3 years. And each one now I look as a master teacher. I'm like, thank you for showing me what I wanted to see about myself until I saw it, because it was over and over and over again. So I love this for you, Catherine. I see the freedom, I see the brightness on the other side of it. And so please hang in there. And if you want to reach out to me at my email with any questions, it's just brettazen@gmail.com. So if you have any additional questions, I'd love to help you in any way that I can, because I know where you're coming from. Been through there. I've been through the vampire camp in the Dark Night of the Soul. What was that movie? I forget what it was. But it was the vampires came out in that Mexican town restaurant or bar. I forget the name, but it was like, oh my God, that felt like my life. But anyway, that's for you. So, Catherine, many blessings to you. All right. So let's keep going down the list here. Let me just get another drink here. How will your November be, Anjali? Let's take a look and see what they'd like to know. Let's look at the good tarot. Then Leanne, you'll be next. And then Fauja and Denise. I'm almost on 2 hours. I'll see how I'm doing here, but I might not be able to get through everyone. The good news, though, is that I'll be back on Instagram at 5 p.m., which is about 4 hours from now. And then back here on YouTube at 8 p.m. Mountain. And then tomorrow morning, 10 a.m. on YouTube. And then tomorrow night at 7 on YouTube as well. There also is a bunch of wonderful recorded videos that are also listed in my description box below here. Or if you go to my main page, it's all the playlists are there. In fact, let me just, before I pull those, I do want to make sure everyone is aware. I just put out the October weekly energy updates. Let me just post that down below there. So if you want to check those out as well, I'm sure there's messages from Spirit in there, because they love to bring messages all over the place. So um, be sure to check those out. All right. And again, thank you guys all that have given me a thumbs up on the video. It just really helps out my channel. And I definitely appreciate you guys doing that. It's the perfect price, right? Free of charge. One click. That's all it takes. All right. So let's take a look here, Anjali. You've got a couple cards here. Wow. So you got a lot going on in your mind in November because you have the King of Air. So the King of Air rolls over air, and all the kings get another helping of air. So that's 2 times the air. So you are really looking into your mind, looking into your thoughts and your beliefs and your expectations and everything with the outside world, because you also have the messenger of air. So not only do you have the knight, you have the king, you have the knight, which is movement of thoughts and beliefs and mindsets. So you're doing a lot of thinking and reflecting during November. What do I want in life? What do I think about people? What do I think about them? What do I think about this? You're just really up in your head. And so it's good for you, though, because that night is allowing you, both of them have the Ace of Swords. So you're connecting to this higher way of looking at things in your life, and you're cutting away a lot of those expectations, opening up possibilities and things to come into your life, because you're becoming less and less restrictive on yourself, on others, and the world. So you're letting yourself off the hook of this long list of rules about who you're supposed to be and should be and need to be and have to be and must be. And in doing that, you're freeing the world and other people at the same time. So you're becoming a superhero, getting rid of expectations, opening up your world and seeing things in brand new ways. Because you also have the moon card here, which means you're connecting to this higher energy, this higher realm. You're really looking at the cycles. I really would pay attention to the moon cycles during November too, really getting into what energies are coming, what signs are they in, the new moon wishes, the full moon releasing of things, and really allow this beautiful, beautiful moon energy just to move things for you, because it's all about cycles, trusting that things are unfolding in perfect order for you in November too. But I kind of feel like it's a month of really analyzing why you believe what you believe and what do I really want in my life and why. And it's a very freeing month for you. So I do love that for you, Anjali. I just feel like you're on this beautiful journey of letting things go, old things that used to bug you, and because you had such strong opinions that were so enforced and forced on you, that you took them on out of fear, like, I got to do this too, because if I don't, that's going to make them angry, and if I don't, I'm going to lose their favor. And now you're getting to the point of like, it's not worth it, it's exhausting, and I want freedom, I want to see things from a new perspective. And I feel like you've been on that path, but November is like you're really doubling down on that. So I love it for you, because freedom, more and more freedoms on the other end of that. So I love it. All right. So let's keep going down the list here. And let's see what we have here. All right. All right. So, Leanne, I think you said you're back. I don't see a specific question, but Spirit knows. I'm going to pull cards and we'll see what they would like you to know. They know what question you have in your mind or heart. So they'll bring that message through. And then it looks like Denise is the next one that asked a question, and then Faugia after that. Then we'll see where we're at. So we are a little over 2 hours, which Spirit has told me, balance, buddy, or you're going to be sick and not be able to give to anyone. And when they say that, I take that. I'm like, yes, okay, I hear you. So, Leanne, you actually have this Very unique magician card, which is a great card. It means you have a lot of power coming into your life right now because this is your energy. It's your higher self. You have all the tools. You got the pentacles, the wands, the swords, and the cups. You've got the mental ability. You've got the emotional ability. You've got the outside world and this amazing energy. The magician grabs the ace of wands, points it towards the heavens, and brings down this beautiful energy through it as a conduit and out into the world. And so there is this kind of sharing your passion, sharing what you want with the world, not being like a cup, the divine feminine energy of asking and waiting, but this is the manifestation, the manifesting energy of I'm pointing my wand what I want to grow in my life. And I kind of feel like it might be around love. Maybe, because you have the Lovers card here, which is also about emotional choice. So if it's not about love, it is about focusing on emotional choice. But I love how their beaks together form the heart there in the middle. But it's about focusing your energy on what you want to grow in your life and what you want to bring in. So if you're focusing on like, I don't have love in my life, well, that is going to bring more no love into your life. If you're focusing on like, God, I wish they would go out of my life, you're feeding them being in your life and you're keeping the attachment and the strings there. So rather than focusing on what you don't want in your life and what's missing in your life, you focus on what you're grateful for, what you do want in your life, the type of love that you want, what you're grateful for, of the love that is in your life, and then that expands, that grows instead. So very powerful energy because you also have the Spirit of Swords, which is the King of Swords in the Standard Tarot, and the Ace of Swords. They roll over air, and all the kings get, like I just mentioned, I think in the last reading, they get another dose of air too. So, in the mind, expectations, you're also allowing yourself to see things from this higher perspective as you cut away thoughts and beliefs about who you're supposed to be, they're supposed to be, relationships, whatever these expectations and this energy that you're wanting to invest, you're cutting away all these restrictions about manifesting and bringing what you want in your life. Because if we make the avenue of how it has to come to me, how it has to come to me, when and who and what color and what flavor and blah blah blah, it's a there's not a lot that happens inside of there because all this is happening out here and out here. The more we cut away expectations, the more opportunities that we see, the more easier it is to fulfill. I think it was last weekend, Spirit kept on saying, when it's like this person's on back order for 1,000 years. But if you open up and get rid of a lot of all these supposed tos and shoulds and need tos and have tos, you're going to find that some of this stuff has next day shipping or can be to you in a week instead of 1,000 years. And it really allows us to open up more into our lives around manifesting too. If we have so many restrictions and thoughts and beliefs about things, manifesting becomes hard because of all the loops that it has to jump through to get to us. It takes a long time, but the less that we put on it, the more we can have. So that's what they have for you, Leanne. Many blessings to you. All right. So Denise Deschelle, I love that. You want to know what was the intention behind Eugene sending you a telepathic message recently? Interesting. Well, let's find out. I'm going to use the good tarot for that. I'm just going to break out my backup drink here. There, thank you. Got to keep the pipes going. So let's take a look here and see what they have. All right, so let's take a look here. What was the intention behind Eugene sending you a telepathic message? No, not those. Okay. All right. So the first card that came in here is the Emperor card. And the Emperor card, this energy of four of stability, is an important card because you also have the Two of Earth, which is all about balancing in your outside world. And of course, I say this is an important card. Any card that comes out for your reading is an important card. That's they kind of checked me when I said that. They're like, uh, every card we choose is important, you know. And I'm like, yeah, I know, I get it. So, the purpose of this telepathic message coming into you is to show you the power you have over your life and the balancing of things of heaven and earth, of spirit and the physical world. That it's important for this balance and for you to know that you hold the power over your spiritual life and your physical life because you also have the King of Pentacles, the King of Earth, which is like the Emperor. They're brothers, right? Um, so there's this power over your physical world coming in, but at the same time, you have the messenger of fire, which would be the Knight of Wands in the spiritual. So it's showing you your power, both of them represent that. So this is like the two sides of them showing you the uniqueness of how much you rule over your physical world and the action and the movement and the fire that you put into your spiritual world. And and it's interesting. So this message that came through, I feel is like, uh I don't feel like it was destabilizing, but I think it kind of, um like you're on a fence and it was almost like, it was like, whoa, you didn't fall off, but you were like, whoa, whoa, whoa. And it really brought in this, um, courage, this strength, this standing up for yourself and standing in your power, both in the physical and the spiritual world, if that makes sense. And I feel like the message that came in was not meant to attack or to hurt you in any way, but it was like someone going boop, and you're like, whoa, hey, wait a minute. And that it was their higher self in agreement with your higher self to say, for this moment, um, I've been doing really good at standing in my power and understanding where I'm headed and what I want to do. But I want just to have someone, not a big test. I don't want you to come and like tackle me off the fence, but I want you to go, boop, and just so I can go, okay, I kept my balance. And I don't feel like it was like a test, like you're being tested to see if you could. You wanted to go, I want to see where I'm at. Give me a little nudge. And I feel like that's what this message was. And that was the reason behind this telepathic message. So hopefully that resonates. I'm not sure what the message was about, and they said it's none of my business. But that was the reason for it happening at this point, at that exact moment for you. So there you go, Denise. All right. And then Fauja, thank you so much for your patience as we've made our way down the list here. And you want to know, does real love feeling about you, and he's the right reason for you? I mean, the right person for you. Well, let's take a look here. We'll pull from the Naked Heart Tarot here. Psycho Broken Soul. I love that. All right, so let's take a look here, Fauja. Does M really feel love for you, and are they the right person for you? Anything else? Interesting, interesting, interesting. Okay. So buckle up, Buttercup, because here we go. So the first card that came through is the Sage, which is kind of like the teacher student, the movement up. It's usually the Hierophant card, which the five is about this rising, this change in your life of where just where you're at in your spiritual belief, in your connection to just the spiritual and domestic kind of rules and abilities, possibilities is the word that they really wanted. Because what happens next is you have the strength card and the naked heart card. The naked heart card is only specific to this deck. That's why it's called the Naked Heart Tarot. They added an extra card, which is all about standing in your power, standing in your heart. Actually read this earlier, which they do want me to read again. Whoops. Hopefully I didn't disconnect anything there. Okay, good. um, because it's so perfect for all these other cards that are coming out here. And it says, I radiate at a pure vibrational level, calling in all that I need at this time to stay in alignment with my path. The universe is highlighting my gifts and asking me to trust myself and my intuition. As I listen to what my heart needs, my natural essence comes forth to be nurtured, and I innately connect with my calling and my purpose. Comparing myself to others does not serve me and will only knock me out of my flow. I was given the exact proportion of amazing. Otherwise, I would not exist. My path may not always feel easy, but it will feel right. When I shine bright, I spark. I am the spark to someone else's light, and I inspire others. And this lunar moth here, up here at the top here, see if I can get it to focus. It's not important that you just know there's a moth there. There you go. That lunar moth says, you are brave and you are beautiful. Fly out of the darkness and into your light. And I feel like that's what this message of this path is about you stepping out of this path that you're on in your life, the one that seems to be, you know, um, brought to you on like what you're supposed to do and should be, need to be, and have to be, and and all that. Because the strength card is about you combining together your human self, which normally there's a line on this card, and then um, they have the infinity symbol here, which represents your higher self. It's usually a maiden, but the two together is this journey of, you're human trying to look outside of itself, like relationship situations and things for its fulfillment, and it doesn't fulfill it. Doesn't fill up its heart, doesn't fill up its take away the thirst or the hunger that's in there, because what it's really hungering for is the unconditional love of above. It's thirsting after something that humans in the outside world can't give us. The more we look out there, the more desperate we become. And it's like this invitation of your high heart, your true heart, your higher self to draw inward and upward at this point in your life. Because, and this is what's so, it's just amazing, because you have the Lover's card here, but you also have the Three of Cups here. And the Three of Cups is the spiritual realm. This is a special a special card from between Spirit and me, which represents this huge posse of beings of unconditional love and light that love you so much. And it's like they want to have this intimate relationship with your heart right now. So they're saying, like, this is what you're told to draw for, but this card came out to say, but this is what will bring you this love. In fact, this is even in the form of a heart, right? And it's like, this is what will bring you the joy and the love and the fulfillment, which doesn't mean that you won't have physical love with a human in the future. But it's like they're saying that in order for you to feel satisfied and to bring this joy in your life, it's like you become this chalice and you allow that love from above to fill you up and then overflows. And then that relationship you have in the outside world is extra. It's above and beyond. You don't have a desperate desire that that's going to fulfill you, because it's not. That lion, it eats of that stuff and it's like, "Ugh, I'm still hungry. That's not fulfilling me," because you're going to find that from within. And if that wasn't enough, then you also got the Two of Cups, which can represent relationships, but you got the Star card that covers it up. This would be, could represent romance in the outside world, right? But the Star card represents your higher self and your connection to the higher realm. And that is what they're saying right now. They're inviting you higher, inward and upward, for a connection and with love that way. I mean, I've never had a reading that had so many cards about replacing the outside love with the higher love. And in that, we become full and whole and complete. And then the outside world just becomes extra. It's like a second or third or fourth dessert. You already feel full from the inside, and then that wonderful, overflowing, and then anything anyone gives you is above and beyond, and you don't have fear about losing or desperation to have it. You just allow it to come in, and it's a totally different experience. It's like and you might have heard me mention the spice cake mantra here before, which is this mantra that spirit gave to me over time, which is, I am my own spice cake, my inward and upward. I am my own spice cake. And the love of my family and friends, that unconditional love, is the frosting on top of the spice cake. And my accomplishments in life are the cherry on top of the frosting on top of the spice cake. And my intimate relationships are the whipped topping on top of the cherry, on top of the frosting, on top of the spice cake. If for some reason I don't have the whipped topping or the cherry, or all my family and friends that love me unconditionally have passed away suddenly, because that's the only way they would stop loving me. If I didn't have any of those things, I would still be one awesome freaking spice cake. And that's what puts everything in order of like, my love for myself is the most important, with that connection to the higher realm, and then family and friends, and accomplishments, and then intimate relationships. So I feel like that's the message they have for you right now, Fauja, is, you know, um, their feelings, what is going on with them and with all that stuff, is, as far as being the right person for you, no, they're not the right person for you. You're the right person for you. Spirit world is the right person for you. Then once you find that, then you have the outside relationship that comes in that will be fulfilling. Right now, if you chose them, it's like you're cheating on yourself with someone else. You are the right person for you. And then um, it's not this desperate, like I said, this desperation or this hunger for their outside love, because you do feel full and whole and complete with that. So I know I just the messenger, but that's their message for you today. So many blessings to you, Fauja. And everyone, thank you so much for all the thumbs up. If you haven't given the video a thumbs up yet, now's a great time to do it. Um, I am at almost 2.5 hours, so I'm going to need to head off for now, but I will be back at 5 p.m. on Instagram, 8 p.m. back here on YouTube, and then tomorrow as well at 10 a.m. Mountain, and then 7 p.m. in the evening on YouTube. If you need a message right now and I wasn't able to get to, my apologies. I wish I could stay on here for hours and hours, but I have to manage my own energy so that I don't burn myself out. But I do have a ton of videos in the playlist: pick a cards, weekly energy updates, monthly readings for each zodiac sign, and other videos as well. If you go to my main page on YouTube, you'll see all the playlists there too, so you can check those out and just follow your heart. Spirit will guide you to where they want you to go for your message, and I'm sure there are messages there for you too. So many blessings to all of you for being here. I appreciate all your support, all the subscribing, all the likes. It does help spread the Zen love to the world. We know the world needs as much love and peace as it can get these days. So thank you for all of your support. And please know that every second of every day of your life that you are unconditionally loved by the mother and the father of all things, our creator. And of course, I love you guys too. So hang in there and take care of yourselves until we meet again. And we'll see you soon, I'm sure. So have a great day or a great night wherever you're at in the world. And we'll see you later. Take care.